Geez, Priyanka and I have been best friends for the past 10 years. Our friendship has seen many a storm and rains before shining bright like that gorgeous spot of gold at the end of the rainbow. And here is our story that always brings forth a volcano of emotions.
Hi guys! So I'm sure you guys don't recognize me at all because you have always been seeing Aishi, your macro media star. I'm here because I am Aishi's one of her best friends. No, actually I am her only best friend. It actually completely baffles me, when I think about the way Aishi and I became best friends. It was in class 9, I still remember. It was a special activity class which we all had bunked. My then best friend decided to attack me based on my physical quality, how overweight I was and the kind of social image I used to carry around. So there were these very, very mean things she told me which took a complete toll on my self-esteem, and I was extremely shattered. I was very blank. I didn't know how to respond to her because first of all I couldn't believe that she's the one who's doing that to me because I cared for her so much. So that's when Oshi entered the scenario. She was there, seeing what was happening, and there were other friends also. They were standing and laughing. Rather, Oshi was the only person who stood up for me. And I still remember she told her that you don't even know what are you doing with this girl. This girl cares for you so much. And I think if you tell her these things today and if you lose her today, you are losing something extremely precious. And I literally had tears in my eyes because I still remember that I couldn't even speak a word.
Well, Priyanka didn't really have the conventionally attractive figure that you're expected to or pressurized to have in high school. But hello, beauty is what beauty does. So I couldn't just watch some mean girls take a dig at her only for that. And you know what? I have been through the same thing. I was bullied as a younger child just because I was too shy and timid and couldn't take a stand for myself. So I still regret that somewhere, that I wish I would have found the strength. So of course, Priyanka, when I saw that happening to you, I had to speak up. But I really always considered this to be a very small gesture. Never knew this would mean such a great deal to you, but I'm happy it did because that's what marked the beginning of our friendship. So even though it was at the cost of losing out on a couple of childhood friendships, but I'm happy it was only at the cost of finding a real gem like you.
She was the only one who took that stand. So I guess she was able to understand this entire situation because of her honesty and because of the way she perceives things without a filter, and somehow it worked in my favor. Even in that overweight Priyanka, she saw this pretty Priyanka, and I'm glad about that. So having a best friend like Oishi is something it's like you have to do a lot of good karma. So I think I've done a lot of good karma because of which I have her.
When the foundation of friendship is love as opposed to greed or need or mutual benefit, then of course the friendship will turn out to be really special and rare, and that is our case. So in our case, I feel apart from love, it is also that need for justice and that need to be able to live your life as truthfully as possible without worrying about societal expectations or to please people around you, your relatives, is what really connects us. We are truthful people.
One of our major fights happened during class 12. I still remember it was an inter-school fest.
A lot of friends and even teachers were pretty jealous of the bond we had and constantly tried to separate us. And there were truckloads of misunderstandings which were cropping up by the day. And the worst part was that I was not even being able to take it off my chest because Priyanka was pretty oversensitive back then. So, and I understand she had her own self-esteem issues because our school was a very competitive one. So I don't blame her either. But no matter what, see, the distance that we had back then, the distance, the silence was killing me day by day, and I was angry at her too. So
back home, I used to lock my door and I used to cry for like hours. Yeah, my mom saw that part of me, and then she used to knock every now and then to ask me whether I'm okay or not. And then, I still remember I opened the door and I hugged her so tightly, and I told her that, listen, I don't want to lose her, I don't know what has happened between us and I don't know how to fix it. And she used to be like, yeah, obviously everything is going to be okay and you're not going to lose her. Why are you, thinking in this way as also? Why are you thinking also at this perspective? That fight churned a lot of emotions within me.
Let's just say that life didn't feel the same without her presence, and there was a certain emptiness I was carrying in my heart, which words can't define. So, that's when I understood that I really love her a lot, and it's something special. So I remember Priyanka tricked me to come to the assembly hall to meet her. She sent a friend to me who apparently told me there's this music teacher who wants to audition me for a singing competition to represent my school. So I was really excited, and when I went to the assembly hall, voila, it was empty, and I saw Priyanka standing in front of me. So obviously I could do the math that I was being tricked. So I was really angry, and to be very honest with you, I really wanted to speak to her, and I was happy that I understood what was happening, but I wasn't prepared to confront her because we didn't speak for so many months. So I just turned my back and I started walking, little embarrassed, little angry, little emotional. There was like a mixed bag of emotions. But she grabbed my hand, and I looked into her eyes. After so many months, I properly looked at her, and I could see everything that she has been going through. And then she gave me 5 chocolates with a message written behind each, just to express how horrible it has been without me in her life, and that how much this friendship means to her. So I was pretty shocked with that gesture, and that kind of broke the ice.
Oishi's vibe, I always wanted her vibe around me, and it used to make me feel really special, and because of her vibe, I think I was able to be that raw. I need that positivity around me. I need that I don't know, I don't have a word for this actually. Sorry, okay, fine. 3, 2, 1. तेरे जैसा यार कहाँ कौन भूल जाती है जो कौन मैं नहीं बोल रही हूँ यार तो फंस गया shut up. Okay, let's go. 1, 2, 3 start. तेरे जैसा यार कहाँ ऐसा यार आना याद करेगी दुनिया तेरा मेरा अफसाना.
So again, we had a terrible fight when I had to move to Mumbai for my graduation studies, because Priyanka was in Kolkata taking care of her mother, and whose health was in a critical condition, and there I was, and I had a new life. So when I moved, we would speak every day, but then slowly it became once a week, then maybe once a month, once in 2 months. It hurts bad, but I had a life there, and it was different, and I was also going through my own things.
There was a time in my life where something extremely terrible happened to me, where I lost my mom, and I still remember that I was shaking with fear. I don't know, I think I was extremely blank. I didn't know how to respond to it, but it just felt that everything is slipping away, but at the same time I remember calling Aishi up, and I'm not this person who likes to take help very easily. That was one time of my life where I was completely broken, and that's when I remember calling up Aishi, dialing her number, and I told her that I really need you right now. I want you right now beside me. I don't know where you are, I don't know what you're doing. Whatever you're doing, just hang up and just come to me, because I really need you. And I remember I told her once, and 2 days later she was in my city, and she was there. She came for a month. She sat beside me, she hugged me, she slept beside me. So again, I'm extremely thankful to her that she came literally for more than 15 to 20 days just to be beside me, where actually her final exams of her college were going on, and she actually took out that time. At one side she comforted me, and at night she used to study for her exams, and that means so much to me. Deep in my heart I always had that she's gonna be there. There were things I had to change, there were things she had to change about her, and we kind of made it happen. So yeah. क्योंकि तुम ही हो, अब तुम ही हो, जिंदगी में अब तुम ही हो, मत खा, मेरा दर्द जुदा है, मेरी आशिकी ठिकाने के लिए, क्योंकि तुम ही हो, अब तुम ही हो, जिंदगी अब तुम ही हो, चैन भी, मेरा दर्द भी, मेरी आशिकी तुम ही हो मेरी आशिकी। So ever since me and my girlfriend became best friends in class 9, we have been giving each other the best birthdays ever in the grandest manner possible. A lot of people think that it's a bit of a show off, but they are just jealous. I remember Priyanka was very good in arts and crafts, so she used to make like these handmade goodies and gifts for me on my birthdays, and all the teachers and our friends alike would be like, but this is just her birthday, it's no marriage function, why are you putting in so much effort? But we can't explain it to them. We are like that. We are passionate individuals. We are very passionate about the way we live our life, the way we love, the way we celebrate. It has to be loud. It has to be very Lady Gaga-ish and Ranveer Singh-ish. It cannot be normal. Nothing is normal for us. So it's okay if you want to judge us, but this is who we are and we don't apologize. I remember for her last birthday, I flew down to Kolkata only for 22 hours, missing out on a very important acting workshop. This is how important her birthday is to me. And of course, because I was carrying my pet, it was very difficult. That was another drama altogether. Not a lot of airlines are friendly towards animals. So I missed my first flight, which was early in the morning because there was too much of work exhaustion, so I couldn't make it to the airport. I rebooked a flight and I had to wait in the airport for hours till I got my second flight, since Air India is the only airlines which allows you to fly with your pet. And finally, I made it to Kolkata at around midnight on her birthday, and we celebrated. And then I left on the same day of her birthday in the evening to Mumbai for my workshop. And this time around, since I was here in town, I thought it had to be grander, right? So I hijacked her room along with my brother and a helper. I had to decorate her room, and I made some personalized gifts for her, and also decorated her room with Harry Potter and Friends goodies, since she's a big fan of both these series, and she loved it. I also baked a pizza from her from scratch. Yeah, so it was a lovely birthday celebration, and I love being best friends with her.